India is a land of vibrant colours, ancient wisdom, and profound spirituality. Every year, thousands of tourists flock to its shores, seeking enlightenment, adventure, or simply an escape from their ordinary lives. But India is also a land of old things, very old things, rituals that predate recorded history, spirits that have never been human, and marks that once received can never be removed. What I'm about to tell you happened 18 months ago to an American tourist named Jessica Morrison. I know because I'm her sister, and I was the last person to speak to her before she changed, before something else started looking out through her eyes. This isn't a story about cultural misunderstanding. It's about what happens when you accept a blessing from something that should never have been allowed to bless anyone. If you're planning to visit India, if you're the type who seeks out authentic spiritual experiences, if you think you're open enough to receive blessings from strangers, pay attention, because Jessica thought all those things too. And now, my sister is gone. Something else lives in her body now. And it's spreading. If you are enjoying my stories and want to continue watching new upcoming videos, please like and subscribe so I can continue to bring you stories in the future. Thank you for your support. Jessica had always been the spiritual one. While I was getting my MBA, she was doing yoga teacher training and reading the Bhagavad Gita. When she announced she was taking a 3-month solo trip to India, none of us were surprised. I need to find myself, she said. I need to connect with something deeper. She started in Mumbai, then Goa, Kerala, and finally Varanasi, where pilgrims come to bathe in the sacred Ganges and where Hindus bring their dead to be cremated for the first 6 weeks. Her messages were typical. Colourful photos of temples, yoga retreats, and street food. She seemed happy, glowing. Then her photos changed. They became darker. Images of burning ghats, funeral pyres, and marigolds floating in black water. And always, in the background, a woman in a white sari. Her face turned away, never in focus. Her emails grew cryptic. I met someone amazing. She's teaching me things they don't put in the guidebooks. She says I can see things others can't. The veil is thinner here. Something about her tone terrified me. It didn't sound like Jessica anymore. There was reverence in her words, but also something hollow underneath, like she was writing from somewhere very far away. 2 weeks before she was supposed to fly home, she video called me. I barely recognised her. She'd lost weight. Her eyes were sunken, but she was smiling, radiant. "Katie, I found her," she said. Her name is Kamakya. She performs last rites for people with no family. She's been doing it for decades, maybe longer. A chill went down my spine. "Jess, that sounds..." "She's going to give me a blessing tomorrow," Jessica interrupted. "She says I'm ready. She'll mark me as one of her own. I'll be able to perceive the space between life and death." "Jessica, please don't. Come home." "I don't need help," she snapped. "Why can't you understand? Not everyone wants your boring corporate life." The call ended. The next day, I got an email. "She marked me. I can see now." Attached was a selfie. Jessica smiling. A black mark burned into her forehead between her eyebrows. It wasn't paint. It looked alive, moving, writhing. I zoomed in until it pixelated. The mark seemed made of tiny black threads, twisting under her skin like worms. When she called again, she looked worse, skeletal, but her eyes burned with feverish light. "Don't come here," she said. "I can see the spirits now, the ones waiting by the river, the ones that cling to the living." "Jess, that mark on your forehead, it's not just a mark," she whispered. It's a doorway, and something came through. My blood went cold. What do you mean? Something came through. Jessica's smile widened. Kamakia explained it. The mark connects you to the other side. Once you can see them, they can see you. And some want to experience life again. So they hitch a ride. There's something inside me now, Katie. Sometimes it takes control. I wake up with ash under my nails and the taste of burning on my tongue. You need a doctor, I said. I've never felt more alive. Then her face went slack. Her voice changed. Older. Wrong.
Your sister is very hospitable, the voice said through Jessica's mouth. Very accommodating. She opened the door so wide. Now, there's room for many of us. Who are you? I whispered. Jessica's head tilted at an unnatural angle. We are the ones who died with unfinished business. The ones who burned on the guts, but whose spirits never crossed over. We've been waiting so long for someone like her. Someone who would willingly accept the mark. Someone who would invite us in.
Then she was back. Did you see that? Her name is Nalini. She died in 1847. The call disconnected. I didn't hear from her for weeks. Our parents contacted the embassy, hired a private investigator. He found Jessica living near a cremation ghat, assisting an old woman who performed last rites. He said Jessica seemed calm, even proud of her work. When she finally flew home, 2 months late, we barely recognised her. Her skin was grey, her eyes too dark. The mark had branched into black veins spreading across her face, but she was smiling. I'm carrying 17 of them now, she said cheerfully. 17 spirits who needed a second chance. She refused medical help and went back to teaching yoga, but her classes became strange. She'd hold poses too long, bend at impossible angles, speak in languages she didn't know, and soon she began marking others. After class, she'd press her thumb to students' foreheads. The small black marks grew, slowly spreading. What are you doing? I demanded. Helping them, she said. Opening their eyes. The spirits need vessels, Katie. There are so many waiting. She reached toward me. Don't touch me. Your loss, she said, smiling. The mark finds those who are ready. I tried to warn her students, but they only smiled that same smile. Within weeks, they were all changing. Pale skin, jerky movements, black lines under makeup, and they were marking others. I searched for Kamakiano records. No temple listings, no photos, nothing. It was as if she never existed, or had never been human. 6 months later, Jessica came to my apartment. The veins covered her entire face now, her eyes completely black. I'm leaving, she said. So much work to do, but I wanted to give you one more chance. She held out a small clay pot. Inside is ash from the sacred fires. Apply it to your third eye. You'll see what I see. We could be a family that never ends. Get out, I whispered. She sighed. You'll die alone, Katie, but I'll never be alone again. She left the pot on my doorstep. I called a priest who blessed the apartment and told me to throw it away. I did. That night, I dreamed of smoke and chanting, of a woman singing in a language older than words. When I woke, there was a black mark on my bathroom mirror. Right where my reflection's forehead would be, I scrubbed it off. It came back. It's been a year. Jessica runs a spiritual centre in Varanasi called the Third Eye Temple. Reviews are glowing. People call it life-changing. In every photo, visitors have small marks on their foreheads. Their eyes look wrong, too dark, too crowded. The government investigated but found nothing illegal. Everyone insists they're there voluntarily and they're spreading. I see them in America now, at yoga studios, cafes, even the grocery store, always smiling, always marked. Last month, one of them taught a blessing class at my local studio. I didn't stay to watch how many accepted, but I know some did. They always do. The mark on my mirror still returns every night. Sometimes I wake up with my hand raised toward it, fingers hovering just above that spot. One day, I might not pull back, because the mark calls to you. It whispers promises of connection, of never being alone again, and sometimes, in the quietest moments, that almost sounds appealing.
Subscribe if